news that internet fraud has become the order of the day. And rather than young people advancing into more lucrative and clean businesses, they derive so much joy from taking advantage of innocent people. Welcome, Saints, to another exciting episode of Catholic Faith Forum. I'm Evelyn, and on this episode we shall be discussing internet fraud, also known and popularly known as Yahoo, and its negative impact. Joining me in this discussion are amazing personalities we'll meet when we return from this break. We'll be right back. Welcome back. This is still Catholic Faith Forum. I'm Evelyn Iwoha, and it's my utmost pleasure to introduce to you my amazing co-host in persons of Maryann and Staphenie.
Hello.
You will look colorful today. You're lighting the whole face.
Thank you. You're looking beautiful yourself. Like,
I know, right? I love the hair, I love the dress. Everything just a pop. Oh my God.
Thank you. So
love
it's
the
actually
dress.
story time. I get this one now. Story.
The shades.
story.
Some time ago, actually, my mom was telling me that she wanted to place an order for something, an appliance that was damaged in the house, and she told me that she saw a website where it was cheaper because you know when you want to just be economical, and then she said she placed an order for it, and she was expecting that in the next 1 week she will be expecting a package. Oh,
Okay.
my mom waited. We waited for the package.
And she had already paid.
The package did not come.
And she had already paid.
The
I
package
won't
did
be
not
wrong,
come. That's what
Bele.
I'm trying to tell you now, that the package did not come. We wasted the money.
Oh my.
But I don't know. That's like, I've never really been
In that situation.
directly a victim, but
Yeah.
I've heard stories. My friends will tell me how they get calls from the bank telling them that, send your BVN. Tell me the last three codes at the back of your debit card. And I don't know, but have you ever been a victim, or have you been related to somebody who has been a victim of internet fraud?
Well, personally, not really. You know, when you were saying your story, the only thing that I could probably relate with was the whole banking, all those scammers that we see.
there are plenty.
That's like
It's
what
everywhere.
I've gotten text messages and all of that, and they'll
I've had
call
that
you,
issue
ask
too.
you to send the code and all of that. But that's just it for me. I haven't really
And when
been
you hear
in
the
that.
voice over the phone, they sound all confident, and you want to trust this person. That,
Yes, actually.
Like there's something wrong. I want this problem to be resolved. I want a solution. And you really want to tell them that, this is the number. Let me call it. But you didn't
You have
discover
to,
that.
yeah, exactly. You have
Something
to.
is fishy.
Yeah.
There's something
Yeah.
suspicious. I don't know about you, Staphenie.
Honestly, I've had that same issue. Mine was during COVID. I don't know if someone can attest to me. During COVID, the rate of scamming was so high. So high. I received a call one day. The guy was like, I'm from Access Bank. Hope you know that the federal government is giving 45,000 naira to all citizens because of the COVID and the rest. Have you received yours? I was like, I'm not sure. Let me quickly check my phone. Check my phone. I did not see any alerts. And I called my friend to confirm. I was like, please, do you know if they're actually dashing money this period? Let me know if they've not sent. Feel like, Steph, they're not giving anything. Anything what that tells that thing is scam.
And such lines are so attractive. When you hear they're sharing money.
Of course.
A lot of
Honestly.
Nigerians, with depression and everything, you want to really make it. People are they're having a lot of financial issues, and they want to settle. Some people have debts, and they want to settle everything.
Honestly.
And when you hear such lines that, they're sharing money.
Sharing
You want to
You want to
partake.
go there.
You want to be
partake.
there and stuff like. So, but people involved in internet fraud, Yahoo, how can you identify them? Is there a significance when you see someone that is Yahoo boy?
All
You're
right.
like, no, this person is into Yahoo.
Well, as for me, how I usually identify them is from their hair. They have one kind of hairstyle.
Sure, that's not stereotype.
Exactly. I have to say this. It's from their hair. Why I say that is because there was a day I was at work. So some group of boys entered into the place and were like, this one, they were using this particular type of phone, this particular type of hair. The guy by my side was like, Steph, are you sure these people are these people are Yahoo? You sure? I already know this one that's walking in. It's as if he just started. The other one that has full hair.
You can tell when.
So
Oh my
he
God.
was not explaining to me. I was like, okay, probably how to identify them is from their hair, from their phone. So
What kind of hairstyle did they have?
how do I explain it?
No, you can actually describe
How do
it.
I explain it? It's always, let's say,
It looks
it's
like
Have you seen Munchie?
dreads,
Have you seen
especially.
Munchie? You know how Munchie is?
Something like that.
You know all those
Something
I
like that.
have friends with those kind of hairstyles, but they're not Yahoo boys. At least I don't know them as Yahoo boys.
Yeah.
You know?
How close are you to them?
Well, that's why I don't know
and
them
then
as
one would have
boys.
said piercings or sorts or tattoos, but some people actually have these things naturally to actually look good, just to be attractive to the next person.
But I think for me, what would make me even maybe suspect that this person is a Yahoo boy is probably their lifestyle.
Okay.
Now, money that you did not work for is very easy for you to spend it anyhow.
True. It wouldn't
Frivolous
even
spending
last.
and all of that.
Yeah.
So for me, most times when I see people who spend money anyhow, they buy, permits me to say, unnecessary things. They are living the flashy life and all of that. I suspect that, their money is not pure. You understand? But, there might also be people who, just like frivolous life and still have...
Yeah, exactly. Some people have that.
For me, that's just how I
basically,
suspect.
some time ago, I was thinking about it. And I was like, whenever I go to the banking area or I go to the market or I go to maybe the salon, I just see a lot of people with iPhones. iPhone is everywhere. I'd be like, is this thing cheap?
Are you cheap? I use an iPhone, I'm not a G girl.
I'm serious. This whole thing is evolving from... I remember when I was still in secondary school, there was one thing that actually restrained me from opening a Facebook account or any other social media handle, because I felt like you just go online. Then you see some people with this, they will use a white man's picture or a white lady's picture for their profile DP, and then they'll be chatting with you really nice. And then you'll be like, I like this person. Oh my God, I'm having connection outside there. I think after this, I'm going to connect to this person and let this person process or like send me an invite so that I can leave this country. And stuff like that. And these people are actually scammers. They are not as real as they actually come out to be. And then some of them, when they hack your account, the next thing they do is they tell your family members that, okay, please send me money. Send me money. Oh. Exactly. This. I think I borrowed money and I want to repay. And, and then you look at them with and then you really want to help them. But at the end of the day,
you have
you
to
just
be smart.
Most times I have that issue. Most times it's better to call the person. If you start getting messages, please send me money. Call and confirm. My aunt had that issue once, so they were asking for money. So they were always, at least her friends knew what's up. They were now calling to confirm. Did you really ask for money? They were like, no, she didn't ask me to.
For me, when I see those people with white, let's say their DPs have white people, or let's say their handles even have numbers, there's some funny handles you see online. I actually just stay away from them. I don't want to know whether you're actually real or I'm not interested. You understand?
Yeah.
So I just leave them, or I block them, or I just leave them on red.
Some people.
So that's another way you can identify them.
Some people even they take other people's identity, they make it false, and some people have multiple documents that prove that you're not this person, but you're taking another person's identity, like impersonation and all of that, identity theft and everything. Still, even sometimes, some people actually go out of their way. They will tell you that, okay, that you see this is like a catalog. You can get your goods from here, and you just click on it, and it's not as real as they actually portray it. Some people actually even they make website, they create links, and you click on those links, and the next thing, your account is hacked. Your email has been accessed by somebody else who you didn't give a consent to, and all of that. This internet is used to bust my brain.
It's actually
it busts my brain. But then let's take a break.
Okay.
Let's know who the scent of the week is. Stay with us.
What happens when you cut down a sacred oak tree dedicated to Thor? Nothing. But for Saint Boniface, cutting down such a tree in Geismar in present-day Germany ensured the conversion to Catholicism of many pagans and cemented his place as apostle to the Germans. Our saint of the week is Saint Boniface. Born around 675 AD to a noble family in Wessex, part of present-day England, Saint Boniface was originally named Winfrid. He convinced his family to send him to school at the Benedictine monasteries in Exeter and Nursling, where he received a first-rate education. As a result, Winfrid decided to become a Benedictine monk and was ordained a priest around the age of 30. Instead of remaining in England, Winfrid decided to become a missionary. In 716, he traveled to Frisia, now part of the Netherlands, following in the footsteps of other Anglo-Saxon missionaries. However, he found the ruler unwelcoming and soon left the area. After his return to England, Winfrid was chosen to be the abbot of his monastery. Still wishing to evangelize, he turned down the position and proceeded to Rome in 718. There, on May 15, 719, he met with Pope Gregory II, who gave him the name Boniface. The Pope apparently gave him this new name because the previous day had been the feast of a martyr by that name. On May 15, 719, the Pope sanctioned Boniface's desire to spread the gospel. Boniface once again visited Frisia, where the political climate had changed. This allowed him to gain valuable experience as a missionary, which he then put to use in Hesse, Germany. Boniface reached Hesse in 722. The place had little exposure to Christianity, so he set about establishing churches and monasteries to spread the word of God. He also returned to Rome to ask for more help and was consecrated as a missionary bishop by Gregory while he was there. Gregory also provided him with letters of recommendation to important people in Germany, such as Charles Martel, the Frankish ruler. One story about St. Boniface tells about when he met a tribe in Saxony that was worshipping a Norse deity in the form of a huge oak tree. Boniface walked up to the tree, removed his shirt, took an axe, and without a word, chopped it down. Then he stood on the trunk and asked, "How stands your mighty God? My God is stronger than he." Conversions followed when its worshippers saw that Boniface was not immediately punished for this action. After his success in Hesse, Boniface went to Thuringia, staying there from 725 to 735 and setting up more churches. After Charles Martel died in 741, Boniface worked with his sons, Pepin and Carloman, to consolidate the church's place in Germany. He was named Archbishop of Mainz by Pope Zachary around 746 and helped found the monastery of Fulda, still in use today. At the age of 72, when most bishops would be thinking of retirement, Boniface went to Holland on mission. He was martyred on June 5, 754, when a group of pagans attacked and killed him and his 52 companions. His body was taken to the monastery at Fulda, which he had founded in 744. St. Boniface, often called the Apostle to the Germans, is the patron saint of brewers and tailors, as well as of Germany. His feast day is on the 5th of June. Now, is there something you feel called to do, but you don't feel that you know enough or would be able to handle it? Call on St. Boniface today. St. Boniface, pray for us.
Welcome back, and this is still Catholic Faith Forum. Our topic of discussion is internet fraud and its negative impact. Just before the break, we established that when you see a lot of links or websites that are not legal or that they are not certified, and you click on those links just because you want to be a consumer, you want to purchase the goods, and then you discover that your money has been stolen, you have just been taken an advantage of, and sometimes you even receive calls. And these things do not happen to be, they are not professional. You hear people tell you that when you click on this thing, when you contribute like 2K, you will get like 10,000 in the next 20 minutes. And then you'll be like, oh, like how? And then you know, these things are actually attractive.
Yeah, very attractive.
But I wonder, why do people actually engage in stuff like this? Okay, I will actually say, okay, poverty.
Exactly.
You know, your desperation, but like, what other reason is so genuine for people to actually take advantage of other innocent people?
Yeah.
Well, there's the greed factor, because there are also some people from wealthy backgrounds that still engage in, Yahoo, internet fraud and, scamming people. So for me, I would say, in addition to poverty, there is greed. Some people just want to get and get and get, they don't care how they're getting it, they just want to keep doing it. And then, why is even still greed? Because let's even say that, you want to do Yahoo. Can you not just maybe do it for a while and stop? They still want to continue until they now, catch them. So,
exactly.
I mean, it's the greed that makes them keep going.
And once one person is in, he tells the next person. Then it becomes like a colony. Everybody's in, then a country, then everybody, like...
But guys, have you ever heard of this stuff? Some Yahoo boys are so I heard. Some of them actually go into this Yahoo, then after some time, they actually build a business for themselves.
Those are the ones that I'll say have sense.
Wait. Now I want to bring the God factor into this. I was having a conversation with someone. So I was like, you go off scamming people, you build a business on your own. Do you think that business will actually thrive? Will it actually work?
Well, if we were to go by, the godly way, I feel like if God was to do you...
Hey,
there's this thing about, if you've offended your neighbor and you want to come for forgiveness, first go back and, repair what you have, what has been damaged, return what you have stolen and all of that. So, the Bible, the church, our faith might not allow it, because whether you like it or not, it's stolen money, it's money that you got from, cheating somebody else and all of that. But as to whether their businesses would succeed, that I cannot say. It's in the hands of God.
Some of them actually, their businesses thrive. And then there's, I don't know.
You've met some that their businesses thrive.
My dear.
If he has experience in this
in supermarket too. Let me tell you something. But then punishment is sweeter when it's actually, when it takes time. For punishment to actually sink deep, just give that person long rope.
Are you serious?
Keep doing it. I mean, you want to do scam people.
Every day for the tip.
Go on. It tells person, continue. But then there's actually, every day is for the thief.
One day is for the owner.
Yeah. You will certainly such a person will get caught. But what do you think? If you were ever in a situation and then you know that a friend of yours, a close friend, supports you financially, and then you discover that this person is into Yahoo, how would you feel? What would you do? Because personally, me, I'll be shocked. Let me see it. I'll be surprised that God, no. You're spending the money that is not legal. You can't now. Something I used to be so proud of. I can't be proud of it anymore. And I'll be disappointed. But like, what do I even want to do?
Will you continue collecting the money?
Will you continue collecting the money?
It depends on the level I get to. If I finish school and I want to,
than done, to
seriously,
be honest.
Actually,
it's easier said than done.
Know.
Because most times, if I think of it, if I should have a friend that is into Yahoo, and I find out, and he's like, "Okay, come and join me," I will not agree.
Yeah,
I won't agree. No, I won't agree. I have my own morals. But when it comes to the collecting of the money, would you actually collect it? Would you actually collect it?
You have already eaten like 75%.
Sometimes, I actually, I dey fear. Like not even being scared of, say, maybe they would link it to me or whatever. There's this, oh my God, am I going to have to confess this?
Exactly.
Is it going with my faith? Sometimes I actually fear confession. Like, I'm tired. I don't have the strength for that. And then my good girl self comes out and all of that. But I feel like if I'm in that situation, I might stop. Because I really cannot. You can't judge a situation you haven't been in.
Exactly.
But a greater part of me says that I might stop.
Would you continue collecting gifts from that person?
I collect money, gifts.
Okay, you're answering for yourself.
I'm answering for myself. If it's gifts, like it's my birthday, and they say, "Okay, let me send."
And it's my birthday gift now.
It's a birthday gift.
Then you do birthday gifts. Then you have Christmas gift. Then you have New Year gift. Then you have Easter gifts. Isn't it?
Stop
No,
it
comes under different kind of. You can actually have different categories of gifts. You talk about birthday gift. Then there's Christmas gift.
It keeps coming.
Then there's New Year gift. Then there's Easter gift. Then there's maybe Advent gift. I thought I should add that. There was this argument I had with my friends that Yahoo boys are actually more generous than the white collar, the men that actually...
Because they don't work hard for their money.
Exactly, they don't have
the money that you don't work hard for is easy.
You spend it easily.
Spend anyhow. Yeah.
Guys, this is disheartening, but like it happens, and it has been happening for over decades now. Yeah. And you'll be like, why? You'll be like, this is Christ. And then if they they find different means to actually do this stuff. If they're not checking you out online, they check you out physically. Then some people actually, and then there's this thing that is happening. I don't know. It happened a few days ago. A friend of mine was actually returning back to the hostel, and then she just was on her own listening to music, and then she had her phone in her pocket. And then the next thing was that, Auntie, there's something on your shoe, and just then she bent down, then her phone was gone.
Wow.
Now, this thing has actually advanced from just the physical realm. People actually go and like they engage in this internet with a lot of spiritual backup. And that's when there are so many stories, even over the news. 2020, 2022 was actually a very, very, I don't know how to say, but the year was really tough. The news was all over that girls will lose their lives. They left the hostel 2 days ago and they didn't return and all of that. And it has just gone awry. And
seriously. Don't know. But most times they justify themselves with the fact that there aren't any jobs in Nigeria. Most times they're like, come out from school, because I actually know someone. Well, not so close, but someone I know. So he was like, he finished from a university, came out with a first class, did well, came out, got no job. And the next thing is that, you know what, I've been hustling my life, I'm not getting anything. Let me just join my friends. And that's what most people find themselves in.
That's sad.
That's really
Seriously,
sad.
that is it. That's the honest truth.
Let's take another break. We invite the Know Your Faith crew. Let's know what they have for us. Stay with us.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Know Your Faith series. I am Jeffrey, and today we shall look at 5 more reasons we call priests father. Number 1, it is a title of respect from earliest times. Since the earliest times of our church, we have used the title father for religious leaders, bishops who are the shepherds of the local church community, and the authentic teachers of the faith were given the title father. Consequently, St. Peter may well have been addressed too as Father Peter, in that sense of spiritual father. The likelihood of this address is supported by St. Paul, who identifies himself as a spiritual father in his first letter to the Corinthians chapter 4, verses 14 to 17. Number 2, it is one of the official titles of the Pope. Until about the year 400, a bishop was called Father or Papa. This title was then restricted solely to addressing the Bishop of Rome, the successor of St. Peter, who in English is referred to as the Pope. Number 3, the practice persisted in the Middle Ages. In an early form of his rule, St. Benedict designated the title to spiritual confessors, since they were the guardians of souls. Later in the Middle Ages, the term father was used to address the mendicant friars like the Franciscans and Dominicans, since by their preaching, teaching, and charitable works, they cared for the spiritual and physical needs of all God's children. Number 4, it is the title for superiors of religious communities. In more modern times, the heads of male religious communities, or even those who participate in ecumenical councils such as Vatican II, are given the title Father. Number 5, the title extends to all ordained Catholic priests. In the English-speaking world, addressing all priests as father has become customary. As the head of a parish, each priest assumes the spiritual care of his congregation. In return, the congregation views him with filial affection. We greet our priests by saying good morning, Father, or good evening, Father, not good morning, sir, or good evening, sir. Really, nobody does that. In summary, priests are called Father, 1, as a sign of respect. 2, the practice dates back to ancient times. 3, monks use this title from the Middle Ages. 4, the title addresses religious leaders in the church. And 5, it recognizes the role of Catholic priests as our spiritual leaders. So that's it, people. Till next time, be bold and be Catholic.
Welcome back, and our discussion is still on internet fraud and its negative impact. Just before the break, we already established that a lot of them actually involve in internet fraud, poverty, greed, desperation, and so many other reasons that make people derive so much joy from taking advantage of innocent people. Why? Is there a way we can curb it? Is there a way we can discourage young men and women from doing this?
Well, I feel as if the main thing is that people need to be educated.
People
should stop being... It's one thing to be educated, another thing to just be ignorant. You know it, but you're just ignorant of it.
Exactly.
Please pay attention. Do research. If you get suspicious calls or whatever, do proper research on that thing before you ever be security conscious.
Yeah.
Some people, what they will do is that, and please be educated and be literate about things. Be informed. That's the word. For example, my mom, one day, she got a call that, I don't know what she was doing on Facebook, so they sent her a code. So someone called her. Do you know the funny thing of this thing? The person that called her, he was not like, my name is Evangelist, so. That is how far they go. Because I don't want to say that Nigerians are very religious or spiritual.
Yeah, they take advantage of...
Most people, since they've heard evangelist, probably it's a man of God, probably.
Exactly.
So the thing is that the person kept calling my mom. My mom was like, Steph, because this one they're calling me for my code. What is it? I was like, Mom, do not call. Especially if they call you back. Don't call them again. So that's the thing, they kept calling. So she just, found a way to just, ignore them. So the thing is that try and, don't be ignorant of all these little things. Yeah. Pay attention. Educate yourself. Find out. Do not... Things are happening, to be honest. Things are really happening. So just safeguard yourself. Be safe.
I agree with you. Education is key. Yeah. Education is power. Once you're educated, you're informed. You know how to keep yourself. You know how to protect yourself. If not 100%, but at least 75%. Just be security conscious, be informed.
And by the time everybody
know the facts. Know what you could be at risk of anything, anytime. It could happen to anybody, a friend, a sister, a brother. Just be informed, be present.
If everybody's informed, if everybody's educated, you spoil business for them. It's a way of discouraging them as well. So,
that's true.
And then there's one more thing. I was making my research and I read that some people that are into tech actually support, assist Yahoo boys in hacking accounts.
That's not really it. Yahoo people take the form of tech guys. So if you can meet someone that's into Yahoo, then next you ask, you've bought, what do you do for a living? Oh, I'm into tech. The person's I'm into tech. I'm into graphic design. That's what I do for a living. Meanwhile, that's not really what he's into. He's into something else. So most times they take that form that I'm a tech person. They take that profession. Meanwhile, that is not what they really are. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
That's what they really do.
Maryann and Staphenie, for sharing your thoughts on this. It has been has been the most interesting conversation I've heard since 2023. And I'm so glad it's you both that have given me all these gist. I think I know more now. I know better now.
Honestly.
And of course, you know better now. Thank you very much for staying with us. Do not forget, be informed. Staphenie, stress it again. Let's say it again.
Be informed.
Be conscious, be security conscious. Do not think you are above it. Anybody can fall a victim. And so we have come to the end of our discussion. Thank you, Maryann. Thank you, Staphenie, for staying with me. And thank you for staying with us from the beginning to this point. And so we have come to the end of our discussion. Do not forget to subscribe. Do not forget to turn on your notifications so you will not miss out on any of our content. Follow us on our social media handle at CFF on TV, on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. I remain Evelyn Iwoha. Until next time,
keep being saints in jeans and shirts.
Bye-bye.
Bye.